Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my living room. Tonight, we bring you another treat, another special treat. The one and only, the entrepreneur, the body, the original mermaid, LaTisha Revlon Basquiat. She's going to bring to you a glimpse, she's going to bring you into her life, a glimpse into who she is, her ballroom life, her ballroom, what some of us call career, right? And also what she does outside of ballroom as an entrepreneur. So fasten your seatbelts because y'all in for a treat. And there she is, y'all. She'll be up shortly. I just realized that I was talking before this video and I was on mute. So y'all heard nothing, nothing. And I apologize for that because I did the same thing before. But I'm going to tell you what I was saying before. I'm about to bring up an interesting woman. I call her one of Ballroom's favorite ladies, right? The original mermaid, the entrepreneur, the body, LaTisha Revlon Basquiat. But before I bring her up, I'm going to bring up our facilitator, Miss Miss Tabitha Gonzalez Revlon.
You really carrying it. Hey, Tim. Hey, everyone. We are back. As promised, we want to keep the conversation going about, how we overcome our struggles in ballroom as it pertains to our struggles with substance use, mental health, and what support looks like. So, today we have the incomparable. Tim said a lot of great things. Many of you know who she is. We love her. Some of us don't like her, but we all love her very much. So I just want to read to you guys a little bit about her bio and who is LaTisha Revlon Basquiat. LaTisha Revlon Basquiat is an entrepreneur, a Black trans entrepreneur. You heard that. During the early 90s, the world was not ready for this show-stopping performer. With many accolades, Ballroom National Treasure, the girl with the golden arms, the blueprint, the mermaid, the pioneer, this woman overcame impossible odds that looked to claim her life. Overcoming those same odds, she would go on to start her own business. Seeing the things and the needs for safety and fantasy, she created T-Strings Inc. T-Strings Inc. is an undergarment that trans women wear and feel secure as well as beautiful. To this day, she still owns and produces these handmade luxuries for women nationally. Her advocacy has always been to liberate sex workers and shape the leaders of tomorrow. Join me in welcoming LaTisha Revlon Basquiat. Hey,
Hey,
Miss Boo, how you
how you
doing?
doing?
Hey, beautiful.
How you doing, daughter? You look good.
You buying it early, early.
Thank you. I'm so
How you?
happy that you guys that I was able to come up here. Finally. Took me a little minute, but
Yeah,
yeah.
listen, we needed to hear your story because, like, so many times and more often than not, we hear a lot of other people tell narratives that are not theirs, right? So, what other way than to come here and have you speak from your truth and give your true narrative of your experiences? And I just want to personally say thank you for continuing, to be the light that you are and to continue to be who you are in my life and in the lives of many others. For many
I
of us,
appreciate
for many of us, ballroom is our refuge and our saving grace. And as a community, throughout the years, we've experienced substance use, abuse, neglect, homophobia, transphobia, gender identity, discrimination, incarceration, mental illness, and unfortunately, more often than not, unexpected deaths. We've witnessed individuals who have cried out for help via social media and later on took their lives. We have experienced the senseless killing of our trans women, and some of them are from our very own community in Ballroom. Although we are traumatized and have become numb to some of these issues, Ballroom remains resilient. Tonight, I am hoping to shed light on some issues that we face as women in ballroom with the icon and the pioneer LaTisha. And this is to increase awareness, provide solutions as a community, identify warning signs, and provide resource and support. LaTisha, again, thank you for being here.
you. So welcome. I really appreciate you guys having me. And I'm just here for it.
That's
Finally, I got the chance to do it. So
and I'm
yeah.
so grateful that you did it with me.
Right. I'm so proud of you because the things that you're doing with the platform that you're on, for the girls out there that really, really need it, the work that you do with the advocating and, getting the girls help and stuff like that. I see you, and I'm so grateful that you, and like the majority, like my daughters, they listen. You know what I'm saying? Like they listen, and I appreciate that. So yeah, or you guys have jobs, or you guys are doing very well, and not just only in ballroom, also outside in society. I've always taught you all, society. That's where you want to be able to blend into and get into.
Say that.
So I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you so. You just had to plug that in. I love
Man,
you
I
so
had to
much.
say that to all my kids out there. Like, and
No,
you
for me, it's
too. But I
important.
just wanted to just say that, that
I
I
love you
love
so
you
much.
guys.
So I know that I asked you, and like you said in the beginning, it took us a little bit to get you here. There were some
Yeah.
no's and there were some maybes, and then you finally said yes. Like, I don't want to do that. We don't need to know. And
Yeah.
you're right. We don't need to know. But you have, you're just in your own right, in your own liberation. You're willing to share your narrative with us, yours, nothing for no one else to tell. So I just have one question to start with. Why was it important for you to participate? What made you say yes to this panel discussion?
What made me say yes is because um, I don't mind trying to like teach teach what I've learned and to try to guide people inside the right directions. So if my story could possibly touch just one person, then I'm here to tell her you're gonna make me cry. But yeah, that's why. So I'm here for it. I just felt that it was important because I have girls that people be in my inbox. I just try to guide the girls. I'm from the old school because somebody helped me. Somebody took me off the stroll and brought me to showroom, you know, and that was for the safety, for my safety. So someone showed me the way, and I don't mind showing the other girls the way. So if my story can help someone, I'm here for it. That's
Listen,
what I'm here for. I'm your guardian angel.
you always say, "Be the change, change the world. Don't let the world
Change
change
the world.
you."
Don't let the world change you because the world tries it. Don't ever let the world change who you are, you know. And
I
I'm
love
glad that you still stand firm on stuff that I'd be like, girl, if you don't pay that no mind, and you still like child, please. So you'd be having me to you have me look at certain situations and to become a better person also because that's what I do. I try to do. You learn every day. Like if you're not learning something new every day, then something is wrong. Try to find something to learn. And yeah,
I love you.
I can take constructive criticism, honey.
So we're gonna get into T strings in a minute, but can you just tell me who is that back there on that wall? Who that? Tell us a little bit about that picture in the
Ain't
back.
that fair, man? I can't really carry because you know I had the girls done.
Okay, you're blessed.
But that right there is that's LaTisha back there, back in her day. You know, that was a dip.
Okay.
You know, a full dip.
I'm so glad. Yo, I love it. I love it. Okay, so we all have heard of the stories and we all know different versions of it, right? So
Dad.
this panel is to bring awareness. And I want to say this. I personally thank you because I lived some of the story with you. So the fact that you're sitting here with me and you're willing to tell your story, that speaks volumes to me. And I know that you trust me with your story. So let me say
Yeah.
that. So, have you
Okay.
had experience with substance use and what was it?
Yes, I have. Back in the days, I used to do like mescaline, sometimes, uh, what was it, ecstasy? I only did ecstasy 3 times.
Mhm.
Okay. After that, I didn't like it because it made me hallucinate, and I don't like girl. And then from there, I started with the cocaine, and I never was one that liked to be like paranoid and geeking. I always like to have control of what I was doing. So with that being said, I used to sniff heroin as well. That was to balance out the cocaine. It was like an up and a down, so it leveled it out. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, and then from there, a, a girlfriend of mine, a sister, introduced me to smoking motherfucking crack, bitch, and that was like it. Really, the cocaine is what really set it off. But yeah, that crack. And then still, I was still sniffing heroin along with that just to try to balance me out. So it took a lot of years, and I always asked God to use me. So like that, like Samaritan Village in Queens, like whoever has ever gone there for actually detox and rehab, uh, I was the first one there to actually like start them with hormone treatment to, you know, for them to give me hormone treatment. You know, a lot of stuff that when I was out there and I had to go through, I felt like God was using me because I always ask him every day, use me in any shape, form, or fashion. So
Amen.
I don't know, it's like just little things like that. The one, what is it? Oh my God. Nicole works here. What was the one that is called?
Exponents.
Exponents. I was the first one to graduate from there. The first girl like me, like us, to graduate from there. And yeah, so through it all, I still try to keep my morals. I try to still keep my respect and stuff that my mother has taught me as far as, manners and stuff like that. But in God, that's definitely what carried me through. So yeah.
Thank you so much for being vulnerable enough to even share that. And I want you to understand, and I want everybody under the sound of my voice. You don't nobody owes you their story. So when someone is vulnerable enough to tell you that story, that means they've already crossed the path of judgment and they're already standing in their liberation. So with
Well,
that,
I do. Okay.
hmm, with that being said, I definitely want to say thank you because for most of us as a community, we were taught to not talk about those things. Keep it on the hush. Don't let nobody know your tea. And meanwhile, we walk through life broken and with like we feel as though we really have no support. And speaking of support, because you've been in ballroom for a very long time, that's why I love you because you cultivated so many of us girls. Has being a part of ballroom contributed to your challenges, past or present?
Um,
It's okay, mommy. It's okay.
I could say yes. Uh, the Vogan High,
Hmm.
the LaTisha.
It's okay.
You think she was catching those beats, and I never forget the first time when I tried cocaine up in tracks. I was voguing down, honey. After that, and then like with me, I always like to try to get the best of whatever I can get. So, and I always wanted like the most of it, whatever I could get. So, if I was getting high, it was like no bump for me. It was. And remember, I used to have my long nails,
Yeah.
so I used to turn it out, and yeah, I watch a lot of those old clips of me, and the girls don't even know. Like sometime, uh, it's this one clip when I was battling Sandy, and I watched that, and I'll never forget the preparation for that. I was out there on the stroll, and I was getting high, and what I would do is stop for maybe like a week, get it together, go to the bar with my trophy, then I'm back out on the stroll smoking with the trophy. I mean, it's funny now, but that's uh that's just what it is.
And
And
the great thing about it is that we can laugh about it today.
yeah, we can. Like with Ballroom for me, I don't be going off for no reason. Y'all see me saying something about Ballroom, or if I'm reading about something, it's not because I'm crazy. It's because to me, when I was gone, then came back, and then when I came back too, I felt like I was in a twilight zone because it had changed so much, and it was just a carry for me. But anyway, back to the drugs and Ballroom. I'll never forget because I always had a hustle with me. I used to sell drugs while I was out there. I used to hoe while I was out there. I always had a way to make a coin. Like it's not no shade, no tea. I always say that I throw pebbles, not bricks, because at the end of the day, I do a year and under. Like I'm not going to prison, I'll go to jail. If you know something was to happen, I'll be back. But yeah, I never forget I was selling drugs, and the guy that I was selling drugs for, where was it? We was on 37th or 39th and 8th or something like that in front of the hotel, the Fields Hotel, honey. And yeah, so I'm selling the drugs, but I'm also making my coins too. And if the cops is out there, I'm just gonna I'm a dash. Like, and I'm still gonna be making my coins, whatever the case may be. Long story short, the the drug dealer came, we got into it. I got hit in my face with a bottle. Cut is still there. Uh, they left whatever. I was bleeding and I needed to get to the hospital. And I won't say any names, but they were standing out there on 43rd Street and 8th Avenue. And I needed to get a cab. But at that time, no one, at that time, they wouldn't stop because of the blood or whatever the case may be. So it was just sad that it was ballroom people that was there. I'm not saying that anybody ever had to jump in or anything like that, but even after it died down or whatever, y'all couldn't even help me stop to get a cab. You understand what I'm saying? And so from that day forward, that's what made me really, really realize about how ballroom really, really is. And it's not what it's actually cracked up to be. When I come out for the keys, for the highs. I like to make moments and stuff like that. I notice how you have some people that sell drugs to the kids. You have some people that uh, get high with the kids. You understand what I'm saying? And to me, even when I was out there smoking crack, I hated the drug dealers because I felt like they're sitting here taking away our community. You know, just taking away the black community, taking away whoever, just for the money. But yeah, ballroom with the drugs, it's like at one point I was in a house and I felt like I had to be since I was the mother, I felt like I had to have the most drugs on me. You understand what I'm saying? The most cocaine on me and stuff like that. So, uh, yeah, ballroom is some tea, honey. You just got to be very, very careful with it, unless you will get sucked in. And once you hit rock bottom, honey, you could be up here today, and then soon as you fall, they're gonna pay you dust. That's it. Until you can come back. Uh, yeah, that's what it is. So I'm sorry to say that, and I hope that I didn't offend anybody. But I come out. I like to have fun. I love to make moments. Uh, I love the magic and the glitz and the glamour, and because we were Black Hollywood, you know. But it was like it came with a cost if you wasn't careful. So
Has being a part of ballroom in some instances help you to cope with your challenges?
has being in ballroom helped me to cope with
Like, okay, so let me reframe that. Like,
it.
being a part of ballroom help you to cope with it. And that's not just talking about ballroom as a whole. That could be individuals in ballroom who that you felt that have made positive impacts in your life that has made you come full circle.
Yeah, there are some people in ballroom that that even still today has a big impact on me. You know, and there's some people out there. But I really don't look to that like that, to be honest with you. And I'm not being funny. There's some people that are there that I know that I look.
As being a part of Ballroom and
What
stuff.
happened? But I really don't look to that like that, to be honest with you. And I'm not. Why is it playing like that?
I don't understand. Do you see it like it's with a lag, right?
Being funny. There's some people that are there that what's happening with the audio?
I know I'm hearing it too. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was hearing it too. But I'm sorry.
But what is it? Not to be funny, like
Tell the truth,
I
Mom.
do have people. I have people that's in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, I have people that's in my life that even felt like was family to me, that was closer to me than my family, and I have been done dirty. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that comes from people that I met in Ballroom, and for that I just learned so much about people in Ballroom. I just don't know what to say with that because
We can move
I
on.
don't know. I look to God. Like it's not no shade, no tea. There are people that have some influence on me. Like my little sister Sanaya. You understand what I'm saying? She took what the bricks and stuff that was thrown at her and she built herself up from that. You got what I'm saying? And I looked at that and that's the same thing that I follow. Also, every brick that was thrown at you, you use that shit. You understand what I'm saying? To become a better person. And I don't know. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of a few other people. I look at the people that are actually out there, like even Deshaun Basquiat, the overall father of the house. I look at him and see him out there. I look at Jack. I see them. I see these people out there, Leomi, and I see that it could be done. I see that things, that stuff that I look to, but that's stuff outside of Ballroom. Ballroom, how many times have I came and ate it, knowing that it was supposed to have been mine? And not only me, Ballroom knows that it should have been mine. But because you have shady judges that's on the panel, okay, that's always running their mouth, you understand what I'm saying? It's shady shit like that. So that's why now I don't come to try to win no trophy. I come just to make a moment. And that just be that. Because I already know it's going to be some type of hate and it's going to be some type of something. So when it comes down to Ballroom, it's just fun for me. You understand what I'm saying? I am who I am and I can't change that. I mean,
So
it is.
you mentioned a couple of names of people who inspired you. I know that for me personally, I want to say there's a lot of us who are proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
Right,
you because when I saw you, I knew that I can change. I knew that
right,
I can change because I saw you take strides to change. I've seen that. So you've turned all your negative into positives because you are a woman who actually holds a job. A job. You have several daughters doing their own thing.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? You have your own business. How many people can say that? You have your own
right,
apartment. You drive. You do what you need to do. You sustain your life as a woman and you overcome impossible odds. So many. So, I mean, even to the clip that Tim just showed, the words that Ashley said, all of that is true. You understand? And that is your gift to Ballroom. That is why, like, they give you these titles of national treasure. You know, we don't have too many of the ladies from that era walking around. These were the women, you were the woman who I came in back of. So when I can come home and I can see that in the midst of it all, that you're still thriving, I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that.
And I'm
Like I
pretty
really
sure
do.
everyone else in here, under the sound of my voice, I know that you guys are proud of LaTisha, and I know that you guys love her. I know you guys probably think that it's going to be some tease. It's not going to be no tease. I want my mother here so my mother could talk about her journey. And I want my mother to actually finally get it out in a safe space. Because when someone reacts, we automatically think it's something bad, but we're not looking to what actually set that person off. And I say that because when I think about her and all the women from back then, how do we treat our women in ballroom if they feel like that? How do women feel? She's just one. So I'm not gonna ask her to speak on behalf of all the women, but I can guarantee you
Ballroom
there's
just
some.
wants what's hot at that moment. That's it. Once you like, I never forget when Angel Revlon said to me, "You're only as good as your last moment." Do you understand what I'm saying? That's it. So that's what ballroom be giving, especially like with the girls. Yeah, I feel like had I been one of those girls, I've always been like a private personal person. I guess because I'm only child, and it was me and my mom, you know, and I wasn't one for having a whole bunch of people at my house and a whole bunch of people having my phone number and all that. So I just feel like if I was if I was one of the girls that was out there getting high with them, or they had my phone number, or they know who my man is, and and all this and the other, then it would have been a whole different story because I'd be running inside that circle with them. You understand what I'm saying? So I be feeling like since I'm not one of those girls and I have always stood on my own, that's where the problem came in at. I would speak truth and it be people from my era that know that I speak truth. Do you think that they would back me up with it? No. Why? Because they're so busy pushing out lies to these girls. You understand what I'm saying? So just like I always say, and I'm not, it's just so much stuff that, it's just so much stuff that
So, okay.
it just feels. Let's
But
just leave it like
there's
that.
a statement, there's a comment that keep coming up, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
honor the comment. Richie Ramos, Walker Revlon wants you to know that he loves you and he is so proud of you. Donald also sends his love in text. I know that you probably can't see the comments.
I can
And,
see them, but they're so far away from me
and
because of this little setup I got.
Cassidy is sending you a whole lot of love.
I
So
really appreciate that.
listen, hey, listen.
Like,
Ms. Rahi, everybody is sending you so much love. And like I said,
thank you.
you didn't talk your talk. You walked your talk. You were a walking testimony to many of us. So for me, what is it that inspired you to just say, you know what? I want to start my own business. What was it? What was that defining?
Well, it wasn't even that. To be honest with you, I was out there on the stroll in Atlanta, and the girls, to me, I felt like why? Because like to remind you, and I think I just was coming home from jail or something like that when I had got to Atlanta. Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing this stuff, I'm like, girl, what? It's all new. But I started seeing girls painted with Boges. And I'm from back in the days. That's not adding up. Whether you hard, whether you soft, why am I seeing so many Boges? So I would literally take girls between the car and show them, not touch them or anything like that, but show them how to actually suck because they didn't know. And so I do remember back in the days, it was this old white lady that used to make gas. But when I did T strings, I made the shape of it because I wanted it to, I wanted something to be sexy and, it's supposed to, because the girls was cutting off the bottom of their pants legs, and it was like I didn't do that stuff. Well, kind of sort of, but I probably used like
Yeah, you were
like
serious.
long johns or something like that, honey. It wasn't so. I wanted to have lace and just fun stuff. And I never forget when I used to get high. I used to always have to have a spot to hide my drugs, hide my stem, uh, hide my money and stuff like that. Because I used to keep money all over me, under my wig, under my, just in case I got robbed, honey. They just find money in one spot. That's all the money I got. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying is the narrative, and I want to put it out there. Your survival and your need to survive has influenced some of the major important things in your life today. Just learning
Yeah.
how to survive for yourself, you were able to, because I bought T-strings. There's a lot of girls that walk around with them today. Um,
Uh,
it turned into something, and most people start their businesses off of their hobbies or passion. Yours and your story is one that is born out of survival. And
right.
that speaks so many values to some of us who actually had to learn how to survive in some of the same similar spaces that you did. You know,
Right.
uh, Kiana is sending you her love, Kiana
I
icon.
love you, Kiana.
Kim said your hands were moving like you were ready to vote. She loves you, LaTisha.
Right, she know. I
That was
love you
from
too,
Washington.
Kim.
The
I
girls
love you
love
too,
you.
Kim.
We love you, and
I
you know.
love y'all too. I want like everybody. I don't want anybody to think that like I'm here for the girls. Like any girl that has ever spoken to me or whatever knows how like I truly am. I don't really care about that whole icon stuff and all that because I know that it doesn't really mean anything. To me, that's what I feel like. Like it might be sad to say, but that's just how I just feel. So I just want the girls to know like anytime somebody needed some advice or like prayer, Kiki, like hit me up, come on my inbox, talk to me. But back to these things before I forget. Yeah, I made them. I used to, when I was getting high, I used to need places to hide my stuff. So that's why I made the secret pocket for the girls
Fact.
with the secret. So then that way they'll be able to, hide their stuff. Whether you going inside a club, whether you doing whatever, it still was some place that you could put your stuff at safely and still be out there. Like when you were out there, you had some place to put your stuff, your money, whatever it was. So
So,
yeah.
in the interest of time, right? I'm gonna ask you a question. What are your thoughts about ballroom and ballroom thoughts about stigma, shame, and judgment as it may pertain to like substance use, mental health?
I already told you. But they don't, to me, I feel like Ballroom don't care. They don't care. Like, and I hate to say that, but they don't. Like, they just don't. And there's not no shade, no tea. And after you come back, you could come back. And like, you could really come back from it. And they still treat you like you're still out there. And there's no shade. Like, there's no shade. That's what they give. So, yeah. If they're not getting high with you, if they're not munching your bird or munching your husband, like if it's not, honey, they don't care. Because if they cared, they wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be doing that. I never forget my mother asked me, do you love yourself? And I said, yes, I do. She said, can you look inside the mirror and actually say that you love yourself to yourself in the mirror? She said, because if you love yourself, you wouldn't be doing that stuff to yourself. You wouldn't be doing it to yourself because you look inside that mirror and say that. And at that time, I tried and I cried. Now I can look inside the mirror and say that I love myself and I love me for me. So, and it's not no shame. It's only by the grace of God. The girls had nothing to do with it. The only thing that they had to do with it was to help those bricks that was damn thrown, honey. It's got me where I'm at today along with God. Well, God and then that. And there's no shade, no tea. So when I look at it like that, I see that there are girls that are in ballroom that I have personally, like Nicole, I've personally sent people to her for help. You, there's the other Tabitha. You understand? Tabitha was one of the first people when I got to Atlanta that here's a hormone shot. Here, I'm connected to a lot of people. But ballroom, hell no. They don't care. And there's no shade. So I don't be acting and I'm not better than nobody. God knows. I feel like we all are the same. We all breathe. We all the same. You understand what I'm saying? But it be the ones that so fucking fab, so like girl, please.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple of more questions, right? And then I'm gonna
Girl, this is
some
fierce.
questions. No, but you know
This
what?
is
You
so
had to get that out, right? You still look fab. You're still the same girl that you
bad.
woke up to this morning. You just was able to release some of the stuff that you've been holding in. See,
This
at
was not
Baldwin,
supposed to have happened.
listen, at Baldwin We Care, we look to talk about those uncomfortable things to bring about an understanding so people can understand the harm and the help that we give to one another inside and outside of ballroom. I heard people say that it's not what you do outside the ballroom, it's what you do inside the ballroom. And that is so asinine ass backwards because for me, if you are not situated and don't receive the support that you're supposed to receive, then you're not going to survive in ballroom. Because
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
to have the talent and to do the things that you need to do and to put it on the floor, you have to be okay with yourself. Oh, that's that grapefruit juice to make to chew to chew them
This
hormones.
is pink cranberry juice.
Yeah,
You know,
I love you so much, Mom.
I
Um,
love you so.
so let me ask you a question. What would be the advice you would have given to the younger you, and what would be the advice you give to someone else? And I want you to really think about this, right? Because I know that people are seeing you talk about your pain in ballroom, but there is good in ballroom, and I know
There
that
is
you,
good in ballroom. Like it's not no shame. I said that, but you just got to be careful with it because if not, you will get snatched up in it. You have to be careful with it. You got to proceed with caution. And if you're not, if that's your thing, some people that's their thing. Me, I don't have no judgment on no one. I know what I can and I can't do because I'm too scared that I die. Like it's no shade, no tea. I
right,
smoke my weed now, and I thank God that I haven't got in high heights since what 2000 and what 2009, 2010 or something like that. So yeah, um,
come on, Ma.
it is what it is.
What would you say to a younger person? And before I ask these couple of last questions, I want you guys to think of a question that you may want to ask LaTisha that you've always wanted to ask her, and she's going to answer it if she feels to. But we want to encourage you to ask her questions now, and so therefore she can respond to it. And be mindful that this is a safe space. And if you ask something crazy and she responds to you in like, we're going to allow it. So I want you guys to ask Tisha that question. She's here. Y'all want to know those things about what y'all talk about on the phone? She right here. You got the
Oh,
person in
that's
the
what's going
building. You
on
got
the
the leader in the
phone.
building. She's right here. I like that, Marquise. She must be very, very strong. So, what would you say to a younger person looking to get inside ballroom or is loving the culture and want to do it?
Just have fun. Just go for fun. You're not going to become no legend, statement, or stars because that right there just like that just went crazy. You're out there to have fun. My main thing is make a moment.
That's
Whatever the category is saying, that's what you go and you do. Make a moment. Don't even go because win, lose, or draw. Not always the person that wins is actually the winner, and that usually tells the story. So I'd say to just go and have fun.
awesome. So what would you say? So we got one question. How did the Ha get your name?
But to be honest with you, that's your phone or my phone? I mean,
No, go
that's your
ahead. Keep
phone.
going.
I got it in my ear. That's why. I'm like,
Oh,
girl, what? The high actually started. Me and Freddie. Freddie was a Revlon then, and we used to walk team performance together. And we were in Washington, D.C., and we wanted to walk team performance, and we didn't know what song that we wanted to do it to. So that was our first time ever hearing that song in DC. And so we was in the back like practicing it, and then from there they played it and that was it. Like the song really became ours. Uh I just like the beats. I used to try to catch all the beats and stuff. So that was, I guess, something that Ballroom had gave to me. But to be honest, it was me and Freddie. That's the first time that we actually did that song. And then Freddie and Charles too. Freddie Charles and even Modavia Sampson. Now, uh, we used to be inside the house. Even you too, bitch, because you was back then with the big speakers and stuff like that on Wayne Street. And
what
we used
about
to
me?
practice every day. We used
What
to
about
practice
me?
group every day, honey. The whole block would just hear the music all the way down the block, honey, because of them
Ooh,
big speakers.
baby,
And
we
we used to
used
just
to
practice.
carry.
We used to
We used to
carry and then go
carry.
to tracks, and we would practice at tracks. On Tuesday, it was Tuesday nights, right? At tracks, we would
Mhm.
practice. You know, so
Me,
I'd
you,
say go and have
Alyssa,
fun.
Freddie, Keisha, just a bunch of us.
Right.
See, the kids
Hmm.
don't know, but stop because this ain't about me. My interview is coming soon, so this ain't about me. We gonna keep this right here,
No,
okay?
it was just coming to me like, yeah, bitch, you was there.
Yeah, we was out there. We was out there back in the day. That was out. That was our thing. Like, I tell a lot of people like it's important for us to hear these uncomfortable stories, and for us to understand some people are not bitter. Some people are harmed and hurt and have survived many
Yeah.
things in our
I'm
community.
definitely not a bitter person, and God knows.
Yeah.
Like, whenever you see me on Facebook, sometimes I could be going through something and y'all wouldn't even know because I'm on Facebook. If I see something that's funny to me, I post it to try to make somebody else smile. When I was posting my scriptures, that was so even if it touches one person, you know. So I like to joke. I like to laugh. Laughter keeps you young, honey, as you can see.
So
So why not laugh? Why so serious? Uh, we all know how to be serious and handle business when it's time to. Like, I remember I was told that I couldn't be certain things because of certain things that I was, with me posting on Facebook. Facebook is not my life. I have a life outside of Ballroom. Ballroom is not my life. Some people, that is their life. That's all that they got. Like, Ballroom is not the only thing that I got going on. No shade.
it's because you definitely throwing it. Stop it. You wouldn't be the dancing
No,
practice if you didn't, right?
no, but you got like, yeah, go and have fun. Don't take Ballroom so serious because it's not that serious. You're not going. We wasn't going to be no legend statement of stars. We was actually going so our name could be household words back in the days. It wasn't no, we wasn't trying to be no legend. Like, no, that is the legend statement and star once your name is a household word. That's what you go for. It ain't no legend. You could be a legend anywhere. They could deem you legend inside your bathroom. You're the legend of your bathroom. They're not gonna call you out like that. You want to make moments. You want to eat it up so that your name will be remembered and be a household word. That's what makes you legendary and iconic and even a pioneer. But that's a whole nother story with that word.
Okay. As a cancer, someone is asking, Fantasy Lindsay is asking, as a cancer, how do you deal with the criticism of the scene?
I have people I have friends that I talk to. I take a look at what it is. Like I said, I take the bricks that's thrown at me. I take a look at it If it's something that I know that I need to fix within myself or something that's going to help me to become a better person, I will. Like Tabitha, you know that too. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it has been times when me and you have feuded over the phone. And then I call you back, I'll be like, you was right, bitch. But you know, I just had to give it to you.
You know what makes you so, you know what makes this moment so great? Because when I think about the late greats, like there's so many narratives against, out there right now. We're very visible, living in our skin, and we're out there. Some of us are business owners, advocates, wives, moms. Like we're out there. We're out there. We're on TV
Right.
screens. We're everywhere, and a lot of people don't get to hear their stories told. A lot of people didn't live to have this moment, especially people
Right.
from our era. So I want to honor you and just say thank you for just sharing a part of your authenticity. I felt like I took a dive back down where we was in running around, and the girls was just themselves. You gave me the essence
Right.
of what ballroom was and how it started, the grit of ballroom. Like people don't understand. Ballroom started out of a culture, so many different subcultures. There was a lot of homelessness, substance use. There was a
Right.
place youth. Family meant everything.
Everything. And they helped one another back then. Sometimes I gag at the girls that don't want to tell the other girls what doctors they went to or where to get something from or something. I gag at that because we were all there to help each other and push each other. So seeing this generation be a carry when they don't even want to help their damn girlfriends out to get to the next level because they're scared that they might pass them. Who does that?
We
You
have one
understand?
more
Because what's
question.
meant for you is you, for
Right.
you. God is going to give it to you. But go ahead, because I know we probably running out of time.
Because we could be up here all day. Me and you be on this phone for hours. But that's a whole nother show. So I don't want to leave this broadcast without you guys taking the opportunity to ask LaTisha your question. Monet, I love you so much. And thank you for everyone who has
Hey,
continued
money.
to sit in thus far and continue. Monet says she is a survivor. Trust me. And I know, like, we all have a story to tell. And I want to create the space. We here at Ballroom, we care, want to create that space so our stories and our truth can be told, so we can share it with one another, thereby hopefully changing the next generation or influence those who are seeking to do some of the things that we have overcome, that they won't have to face those same barriers.
Right.
Language has evolved, humanity has evolved. But can we take a look at the cause and effect? Can we take a look at how you can overcome your trauma and your past and be sitting in your plush couch with a powerful dip in back of you, your trophies in back of you?
I
You
just
know,
needed a cute little background. That's it. I'm
yes.
so, because you
So
know that this
before
is
we
going to
leave,
be archived, so you got to look cute for the archive, right?
so listen, ladies, if you want to get in contact with LaTisha, and if you have more stories and you want to ask her personal information that she's willing to share with you, and you just want some information on how you get this and how you get that, um, Monet says, "Tell us, Monet, I got you. That we're gonna close out with that one. You trying to get there before us? Hold up, hold up." So, what I want to say is, how can the people get in contact with you to book you, to have you talk on their panels, to get tea strings from you, and all that? Like, how do they contact you?
They could either come inside my inbox, Letitia Brown, um, or you could email me at tstringsllc@gmail.com. You can also reach me through the T String page on Facebook, or
Okay.
even I think is Tish the Body on Instagram.
Yeah.
But you could definitely hit me up through there. I don't mind telling my story. I have so many of them.
Tell us about your most recent accomplishment, going viral for the pencil skirt.
Yo, nobody knows. In January, I was about to commit suicide, right? And I'm being real serious about this. I'm kicking in now because God had brought me from that. I was in a real, real dark space. And uh people were turning it. Long story short, I decided that, again, I'm about to make these bitches motherfucking know it. Bitch, win, lose, or draw. So I called up Sharita, honey. And I was like, bitch, because she said that she wanted to go to the ball for the first time. I said, well, baby, this is it. Because they want you to motherfucking make your own, because it said home economics. Let's be clear, the category. Because to me, I took home economics in school. I know that they don't teach that nowadays, but home economics was do it yourself. That's what they was teaching you, how to do things yourself, how to sew, how to cook, you understand what I'm saying? So when I saw home economics is maybe, do it. So we combined, we thought about the pencils being that it was high school theme, and then the measuring tapes. Now to remind you, the whole dress was actually a pencil dress. But in the boob area, we couldn't get the pencils to lay correct. So then we was going to use erasers, but the erasers wouldn't lay correct. It would have been better on someone flat chested, So after that, I had told Sharita, I was like, bitch, win, lose, a motherfucking draw. So the top, I had weaved the measuring tape by hand myself. And me and Sharita was going back and forth about the accessories and the shoes. I just thought that would be cute. And I didn't wear the earrings because I had the earrings to go with the bracelets. I chucked that. And so that top, she had made the top in the bag the night before. I was so over it. Because at first I didn't like the top. But I was like, win, lose, or draw, bitch. This is my fucking skirt, bitch. So when I got out there, it felt kind of awkward going out there for the first time, not inside the house no more. So when I got out there, bitch, they had called my motherfucking name, but I knew that I was already, it's not no shade, no tea. I was auditioning, yes, I was auditioning for the House of Basquiat to let them know that this old broom still does sweep, and I'm not just coming to your house just for nothing. So yeah, here, let's do this. So when I got out there, of course, nobody was chanting, and so I was like, "Child, please, honey." So when you see me put my hand on my hip, bitch, and I had stopped like that, that was in my head, because that was my first. And yeah. I was so shocked when it went viral the way it was going. It was going digital, bitch. There's no shade, no tea, bitch. That's another thing, bitch. I was the first one in history to go viral with that effect like that in a matter of 24 hours and at the masses that it went. It was being shared inside groups called, what was it? Fly Teachers or something like that. They was calling me the new Mrs. What is her name for the Magic School Bus? I gagged. I had the picture right there. I don't want to mess the setup at, but I have pictures around of different moments in my life that I remember that actually was happy for me. So, you have pictures, people have pictures of stuff inside, different stars or people that they never meet, but why not be your own inspiration?
Well, thank you for joining us. I love you. You know I love you. I told you we would have fun. I told you I was listen, having you here is an honor, just to hear your words. There are some of us who truly know the weight of your words, who truly understand and know the era. And we are glad to see that you are still here thriving. An old bloom still sweet, baby. Trust me. So I just want to say thank you for being here. I love you. And do you have any parting words that you want to say to this community?
I just want to tell the community to always change the world and don't let the world change you. That's just what I have to say. Be careful. And don't be no fool. That's what it is. Don't be no fool. And change the world. Don't let the world change you. And then we can
Thank
end it
you.
with Ain't That Fierce?
Ain't that it? Hashtag. We need to show. I love you. Thank you for joining us, Tim. You can play the cue. It is Friday. Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you, LaTisha, for being here. I don't know if Tim is in the building because Tim would have been popping better.
Me and Sanaya.